conversation, speaking the truth in love, and hopefully we'll reach some people, expose some darkness, and shed some light so people can walk in it. You did. So I'm upset right now. I'm upset. You know, I'm upset. This was one of the things about being aware. You get upset when you hear stupid things, and when things pile up. It gets to a point where we need a little. We gotta call a spade a spade. Okay. Now, here's a question: if Donald Trump got impeached, why the hell are Americans not trying to impeach Joe Biden? Maybe, we just really don't want Kamala Harris, as the president. Maybe she'll just be 10 times worse. That could be a possibility. That could be a nice little insurance policy that Biden implemented by having her be his running mate, especially when they were going so hard at each other in the Democratic primary. But people just forget about that. So maybe that's why. But I don't think that's a good enough reason. Because if Donald Trump was impeached, Biden needs to be impeached. Let's just look at what Biden is doing right now, okay? My source, the Epoch Times. I will be posting the links in the description. You can look at it, Epoch TV. Brandon and Lee, they were reporting, doing a Q&A on why the relationship between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia is so important and why what Biden is doing, it's not only stupid, but at this point, it has to be intentional. It has to be. It has to be intentional. So let's just let's look at what's going on. So, Saudi Arabia, why is the relationship with us and them so important? Simple reason: oil, resources. You can't have an infrastructure without energy. And oil provides energy. Why is Saudi Arabia so important for oil? Well, it's closer to the surface, it's easier to get, there's a whole bunch of it. This really ain't rocket science. So when we have agreements and you send weapons and, from the end of World War II, we've been close partners. We've had business dealings with them for a long time to protect them. And the relationship for the past 2 decades has been waning from past that. Especially in 1973, you'll see this in Epoch TV's video that I'll be posting in the description from 1973 when Iran was having dealings with Israel and they were going back and forth. U.S. sided with Israel over Saudi Arabia, I should say. Not Iran, but Iran comes into the thick of things later. So when it comes to Saudi Arabia, they didn't like that. And then the whole 9/11 thing and a whole bunch of Saudi nationals, crashing into, the Twin Towers. We know how bad 9/11 was. Do you really think another 9/11 ain't coming? So how about this? So Biden, which is that administration, is an extension of the abomination. Yeah, abomination. Yeah, that whole administration, wicked. I'd be surprised if there was one righteous person in that whole administration. So going forward, the Biden administration continues the working of the Iran deal to, guess what, provide them with nuclear weapons. You are talking about a terrorist country, state, nation, being provided with the opportunity to be funded for a weapons program for nuclear weapons. Okay? Obama started doing that, and Biden is now following in his footsteps to continue that process. That's why I mentioned in another video. I'll probably post that link in the description as well. When it comes to why the Iran deal is so important, and the fact that Biden lifted the sanctions on Russia just enough so they can continue to negotiate that deal. Iran, they have problems with Saudi Arabia. They want to overthrow them. They want to overthrow Israel. Iran wants to overthrow us. They hate us. Not only do they hate us as just an American nation, but they hate Christianity. They hate the faith that we have. They hate our God. You really think this ain't an issue? You really think that these are things that just should be just supported? So let's put a little bit more on top of more. So now you got the Green New Deal, which you probably call it the Green New Death, because it's gonna be death for a lot of Americans. It's not gonna be great for us. You know, these promises and all this preaching about, you know, energy independence and clean energy and this, that, and the third. But the resources that we're using to create this clean energy is coming from, guess who? The #1 polluter in the world. How does that make sense? How that make sense? It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense if you are actually trying to help and build the nation that you're representing. It doesn't make sense then. But if you are intentionally trying to destroy it, oh, kudos. This is a brilliant plan to get into office, to finesse and trick and equivocate and lie and bear false witness throughout most of your damn life, Joe Biden. Throughout most of your life, you just finesse and lie. Why are we not trying to impeach this man, bro? I promise, if you voted for Obama, if you voted for Joe Biden, you were an idiot and you are still an idiot if you don't repent of that and at least try to get this man out of office. You gotta be stupid. And then people mock and people may laugh when I talk about these things and these apocalyptic scenarios when it comes to America specifically and how stuff gonna hit the fan. You need to prepare, man. If Trump could get impeached, Biden damn well needs to get impeached. I remember talking to somebody, I can't even, I might take a screenshot of the comment and put it on here, talking about Biden hasn't committed an impeachable offense. What are you talking about, bruh? What are you talking about? That's how I knew he was an idiot. I just like, nah, this conversation over, bruh. Gotta be stupid, man. Gotta be stupid, bruh. So, with that being said, you know, thank you for that sunlight, Abba. I definitely needed that brightening. But man, I just don't understand how. Woe unto those that call good evil and evil good, and exchange darkness for light, and exchange sweet for bitter. We can't keep doing this as a nation, as a people, and expect people to expect the Lord to bless us. Gotta be stupid, man. The Lord delivers those who repent. So, that being said, yeah, man, you know, I touched on the video, you know, Saudi Arabia, they're taking the Chinese yuan now. US dollar is dead, bro. The only thing that we waiting on is just the smell to permeate the room and for people to come and see and look, oh, it really is dead. Shalom and be blessed, man.
Take a plea again. I know I'm guilty, just wanna be free again. I know I've been blind, but I just wanna see again. Just wanna see so many situations. You helped me, you so